Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Serene, and also thank you very much, President, for the opportunity to be here today. UNFPA, the UN Sexual and Reproductive Health Agency, very much welcomes the invitation to take part in this important event. And the rights of adolescents and young people are at the very forefront of UNFPA's mission. Our work consists of ensuring that children from an early age have access to critical services, information, prevention and protection measures so that they can transition successfully to adulthood and unlock their full potential. To this end, we put emphasis on mainstreaming the voices and participation of children, adolescents, and young people in policymaking and programming. Children, adolescents, and young people are drivers of change. We just heard a very good example from Vasily just now. This human rights principle was enshrined in the Convention of the Rights of the Child and subsequently reaffirmed in the Program of Action of the International Program on Population and Development, the ICPD, that actually this year marks the 30th anniversary. The inclusion of their voices of young people, ensures that their capacities, needs, potential, and rights are not overlooked. It's a matter of human rights. So what is UNFPA doing to support them in taking steps to fulfill their vision of the world? Let me give you a few examples of our approach. In program design, implementation, monitoring, and evaluation, we partner with young people and youth-led organizations. We support youth advocates who champion sexual and reproductive health and rights and gender equality in their own context and based on their own priorities. For example, with training on youth peace and security offered to the Iraqi Coalition on Youth Peace and Security. We empower them to inform and to empower them with information and other tools to hold governments to account on their commitments and obligations. We invest in and strengthen youth-led organizations and youth network with a particular emphasis on peer learning initiatives led by marginalized populations, for example, through the Y-Peer network. We promote the participation of underrepresented groups, such as indigenous, LGBTIQ, Afro-descendant and migrant youth, and young people living with HIV, young key populations, and young people with disabilities. We support policies and programs that cater to the unique needs of children, adolescents, and young people. A successful example is the global program on the elimination of female genital mutilation, implemented in partnership with UNICEF in 17 countries with the highest rate of prevalence. The global program aims to shift negative social norms in affected communities while working with governments to put in place viable national response systems. We guarantee access to services in healthcare, social welfare, and legal remedies to prevent and respond to FGM. The program promotes the voice and agency of adolescent girls and strengthens the capacity of youth-led organizations to advocate for their rights. We support comprehensive sexuality education and life skills programs in and out of school settings, such as through girls and youth clubs, specially designed to empower girls in decision-making and contributing to collective change. In addition to that, we organize global youth dialogues with youth-led organizations so that they can make their voices heard. As I mentioned, 2024 marks the 30th anniversary of the ICPD. And next month, in the beginning of April, UNFPA will host an ICPD Global Youth Dialogue in Benin, together with the governments of Benin, the Netherlands, Denmark, as well as USAID. This Global Youth Dialogue aims to engage and celebrate young people as crucial partners in development and custodians of the ICPD Program of Action. We want to ensure their ownership of this agenda for continued relevance in the coming decades. UNFPA is shaping this global youth dialogue in close partnership with youth-led and youth-serving organizations across regions. 23 organizations will gather in Benin to formulate recommendations to decision makers in key areas of the ICPD Programme of Action and to shape the ICPD 30 report and its positioning in various intergovernmental spaces. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, diversity and inclusivity in youth participation need to be grounded in grassroots work. It is important to recognize and celebrate the diversity within childhood, adolescence and youth spectrum, acknowledging that they encompass a variety of backgrounds, experiences and perspectives. And to ensure that no child, adolescent, young people is left behind, we must go beyond a one-size-fits-all approach by taking into account intersexual discrimination. We must tailor mechanisms to address the unique needs and aspirations of young people in all their diversity. Tokenism is still an issue. We emphasize the importance of avoiding tokenism in children, adolescent and youth participation, ensuring that mechanisms go beyond mere visibility and provide meaningful engagement while protecting them from reprisals, intimidation and threats. Child rights mainstreaming must be intentional, transparent, budgeted, equipped with accountability mechanisms. This requires targeted investments. Funding for capacity building and training is necessary. We need to allocate dedicated budgets to facilitate the meaningful participation of children, adolescents, and young people. We also need to create opportunities for genuine collaboration, synergy between children, adolescents, and youth, and decision makers. At UNFPA, we believe in translating the principle of the CRC into tangible action, one that moves from tokenism to the true engagement of children, adolescents, and youth, as full partners in the design, implementation, and evaluation of strategies, programs, as well as creators of their own future. Thank you very much for your attention.